You are doing everything right. Training harder, eating less, counting every calorie like your life depends on it, and every morning you step on the scale and nothing has changed. The belly fat is still there, sitting, waiting, mocking every single thing you did yesterday. So what is going wrong? It is not your workout. It is not your meal plan. It is not the number on your plate. The problem is what happens, or does not happen, between midnight and 6 a.m. And here's the part that changes everything. That is not your fault. No trainer taught you this. No diet plan covers it. Everything you have ever heard about fat loss revolves around the gym, the plate, the treadmill. But the actual mechanism that pulls visceral fat out of storage and burns it for fuel, that does not happen when you are sweating. It happens when you are unconscious. You do not have a discipline problem. You have a nighttime problem, and that nighttime problem has one name: cortisol. Let me show you what cortisol is actually doing inside your body every single night, because once you see this, you will never look at your evening the same way again. Your body is a factory that runs 2 shifts. The day shift is managed by cortisol. Cortisol keeps the lights on, keeps the machines running, keeps energy high. The night shift is managed by growth hormone, HGH. This crew does not produce. They repair, they clean, and they open the fat vault, pull visceral fat off the shelves, and feed it straight into the furnace. That is their job, every single night, for free. But here's the rule: the 2 shifts cannot overlap. HGH will not clock in until cortisol clocks out. The night crew stands outside the factory door, waiting, and in 99% of people, cortisol never leaves. The lights stay on. The day shift runs past midnight. Blue light, late meals, racing thoughts. Cortisol sits at his desk, feet up, refusing to go home. The fat vault stays locked. 8 hours pass. Not a single gram touched. That changes tonight. I am going to give you 6 steps, in chronological order, from your last bite of food to the moment your head hits the pillow. Each step pushes cortisol 1 inch closer to the exit. By step 6, the night crew walks in, the vault opens, and your body does what it was always designed to do while you sleep. But before the protocol, you need to understand exactly how powerful this window is, and what you are losing every night you waste it. Because when you see the numbers, you will realize the gym was never the main event. Exercise is the request. Sleep is where your body decides whether to approve it. Here's what happens inside your body the moment cortisol finally drops. It starts a chain reaction, and every link in this chain depends on the one before it. Miss one, the whole thing collapses. Nail everyone, and your body turns into something you have never experienced, a fat-burning machine that runs while you are dreaming. Cortisol drops. That is the first domino. The moment it falls, melatonin rises. Melatonin does not just make you sleepy. It sends a direct signal to your pancreas. Stop producing insulin. Insulin drops. And the second that insulin drops, the lock on your fat vault clicks open. Now growth hormone walks in. HGH reaches into the vault, grabs visceral fat, the dangerous kind wrapped around your liver, your kidneys, your intestines, and drags it to the furnace. Oxidation begins. Fat breaks down into fuel. And this process runs for 6 to 8 hours straight. No gym, no sweat, no effort, just hormones doing exactly what they were built to do, if you let them. Now, let me show you how different 2 nights can look inside the same body. Night A. You eat at 10 p.m., scroll your phone in bed, overhead light still on. Cortisol is elevated, insulin is elevated, the vault is locked. HGH is standing outside the factory door, checking its watch. 8 hours pass. Your body spends the entire night managing a glucose spike and fighting inflammation. You wake up bloated, tired. The belly is identical. Night B, same body, same bed, same 8 hours. But you close the kitchen at 7:30, dim the lights at 9. Took a hot shower, wrote down your worries, breathed. Cortisol dropped before midnight. Melatonin flooded in. Insulin went to baseline. The vault opened in hour 2. HGH pulled fat for 6 straight hours. You wake up lighter, flatter, sharper. Same person, same genetics, same bed. 2 completely different outcomes. The only variable, what you did in the 3 hours before your eyes closed. And here's where the numbers get uncomfortable. 1 night of 5 hours of sleep instead of 7, just 1 night, and your insulin sensitivity drops by up to 25%. Your cortisol the next morning is 37% higher than normal. You have not eaten anything wrong. You have not skipped a workout. You just slept poorly, and your body is already storing fat more aggressively before breakfast. Let that satisfying, Sleep is not rest. Sleep is not downtime. Sleep is the most important shift your body runs in a 24-hour cycle. Skip the shift, and every rep you did, every meal you measured, every calorie you cut, runs at half power. So the question is not whether you can afford to build an evening protocol. The question is whether you can afford not to. You know the why now. You know what is at stake. But before I hand you the 6 steps, I need to tear down 3 things you are probably doing tonight that are destroying this entire process, and you think they are helping you. 3 things. You are probably doing at least one of them tonight. Maybe all 3. And every single one keeps the day shift manager in the building. Number 1. Training late to tire yourself out. It sounds logical. Exhaust the body, crash into sleep. But heavy exercise after 8 p.m. spikes cortisol, hard. Your body enters fight mode, heart rate up, adrenaline up, blood sugar up. And that spike does not just disappear when you put down the dumbbells. It takes 2 to 3 hours to come back down. You are not falling asleep faster. You are falling asleep shallower. And shallow sleep is where HGH does not show up. Number 2. A glass of wine to relax. Alcohol does knock you out. That part is true. But being knocked out is not deep sleep. Alcohol destroys REM, and it crushes deep sleep phases 3 and 4, the exact phases where growth hormone is produced. You sleep 8 hours. Your body receives 4 hours of usable rest. The vault never opens. You wake up puffy, foggy, and wonder why 8 hours felt like 3. Number 3. Scrolling your phone to wind down. Your brain cannot tell the difference between your phone screen and the midday sun. Same blue light frequency. Same signal to the brain. It is noon. Keep cortisol high. Suppress melatonin. You think you are relaxing. Your hormonal system thinks you are standing in a parking lot at 12 p.m. Watching Netflix until your eyes close is not a sleep routine. It is a cortisol party with subtitles. Every one of these habits feels like winding down. That is why they are dangerous. They wear the disguise of relaxation while doing the exact biochemical opposite. They keep the lights on. They keep the day shift running. They keep the fat vault sealed shut. So if those 3 do not work, what does? This is where the protocol begins. 6 steps, 3 hours. A precise chronological sequence designed to do one thing: escort cortisol out of the building and hand the keys to the night crew. Step 1 starts with your last meal. Step 1. 3 hours before sleep. Close the kitchen. Think of eating as turning on the furnace inside the factory. Food hits your stomach. Digestive enzymes fire up. Core body temperature rises. Insulin spikes to manage the incoming glucose. And now your body has a job to do. Process fuel. It cannot process fuel and burn fat at the same time. That is like asking the factory to manufacture and clean up simultaneously. One stops. The cleanup always loses. So every night you eat 2 hours before bed, you are reigniting the furnace right when the night crew is supposed to walk in. Insulin locks the vault. Core temperature stays elevated. Melatonin gets blocked by the heat. Deep sleep gets delayed. And HGH, the entire fat-burning crew, waits outside with nothing to do. The fix is mechanical. Set a hard stop. If you sleep at 11, your last bite is at 7:30, 8 o'clock at the latest. After that, water, herbal tea, nothing that triggers a digestive response. Now one exception, and this matters. If you are currently waking up at 3 a.m. with your heart pounding, that is nocturnal hypoglycemia. Your blood sugar crashed and cortisol spiked to rescue you. In that specific case, 1 spoonful of nut butter or a scoop of collagen before bed acts as a bridge. It stabilizes blood sugar without a major insulin hit, but this is a temporary fix. The goal, once your metabolism becomes flexible, is to close the kitchen early and leave it closed. And notice the framing here. You are not starving yourself. You are shutting down the furnace so the cleaning crew can enter. You are not giving something up. You are giving your body permission to do the work it has been waiting to do all day. That is step 1, furnace off. Now step 2 removes the second blocker. Step 2, 2 hours before sleep. Simulate sunset. Your eyes are not cameras. They are hormone control panels. Inside your retina sit specialized sensors called melanopsin cells. Their only job, detect blue light. And when blue light hits those sensors, they send one message straight to the brain. It is the middle of the day. Keep cortisol high, suppress melatonin. Every LED ceiling light in your house sends that message. Every phone screen, every TV, from the moment you get home until the moment you close your eyes, you are soaking your hormone control panel in artificial noon. Then you turn off the light at 11 and wonder why you cannot sleep. Your brain does not know it is nighttime. You never told it. The protocol is simple. 2 hours before bed, change the light environment. Turn off every overhead light. The sun is not above your head at 10 p.m. Your ceiling light should not be either. Switch to table lamps, floor lamps, warm amber bulbs. If you watch TV, wear blue light blocking glasses. On your phone, activate night mode. Here's what happens when you do. Darkness triggers melatonin release. Melatonin binds to receptors in the pancreas. The pancreas quiets insulin secretion. Insulin drops, and the vault door, already unlocked by the food cutoff, starts to swing open. You just removed the two biggest blockers, food noise and fake sunlight. The day shift manager is starting to pack up. Now we push him out the door. The day shift manager is packing up, but he is still in the building. Step 3 gets physical, 90 minutes before sleep. Take a hot shower. This sounds backwards. We just established that your body needs to be cool to burn fat and sleep deeply. So why would you add heat? Because the trick is not the heat. The trick is what happens after. Think of it this way. Your body is the factory. A hot shower opens every window in the building at once. Blood vessels dilate. Blood rushes from your core to the surface of your skin, carrying heat with it. The moment you step out of that hot water into a cooler room, all that heat radiates away. Fast. Your core temperature does not just drop, it plummets. And that steep, sudden drop is a biological trigger your body has recognized for 200,000 years. It is the same temperature crash that happens at sunset in nature. Your brain reads it as one thing. The day is over. Cortisol falls, melatonin surges, muscle tension releases. The sympathetic nervous system, your fight or flight wiring, dials down. One hot shower, 10 to 15 minutes. Step into a cool room, 20 to 22 degrees. And the shift change accelerates faster than any supplement on the market. No prescription, no side effects. Just hot water and a cool room. That handles the body. But cortisol does not only live in your muscles, it lives in your thoughts. And step 4 goes after that. 60 minutes before sleep, dump your brain onto paper. You have felt this. You are lying in bed, body exhausted, eyes heavy, but your mind will not stop. Did I reply to that email? What about the deadline? I need to call the bank. And tomorrow I have to. And suddenly your heart rate is up and you are staring at the ceiling. This is not random. This is a known psychological mechanism called the Zeigarnik effect. Your brain holds on to unfinished tasks the way a browser holds on to open tabs. Every undone task is an open tab. Every unresolved worry is an open tab. And your brain cannot shut down with 47 tabs running. It keeps cycling through them, over and over, each cycle producing a small pulse of cortisol. Not enough to notice, more than enough to block HGH. The fix is almost stupidly simple. Get a piece of paper, a physical piece of paper, not your phone. Your phone is a blue light grenade with notifications attached. A piece of paper and a pen. Write down everything. Tasks, worries, ideas, half-thoughts, anything that is spinning. Do not organize it. Do not prioritize it. Just get it out of your head and onto something external. When you write it down, you send one message to your brain. It is saved. We will not forget. You can close the tabs. You are not writing a to-do list. You are performing a forced shutdown on 47 background processes that are keeping the system awake. This simple act, with pen, paper, 3 minutes, creates a hard line between today and tomorrow. Today is processed. Tomorrow is written down. The brain has nothing left to hold on to. Hot water pushed cortisol down physically. The pen pushed it down psychologically. The day shift manager just handed in his keys. Now we change the locks. The day shift manager is gone. His keys are on the table. But we are not done. We are going to make sure he cannot come back. Step 5. 45 minutes before sleep. Provide the raw materials. Let me be clear. The first 4 steps did 90% of the work. This step is not a requirement. It is an amplifier. Think of it this way. You have already built the slope. These supplements are the oil on the surface. The slope works without oil. But with it, everything slides faster, smoother, deeper. 3 tools, all optional, all cheap, all backed by biochemistry. First, glycine. 3 to 5 grams dissolved in warm water. Glycine is an inhibitory amino acid. It does one thing very well. It pulls your core body temperature down from the inside. The hot shower dropped it from the outside. Glycine drops it from within. Double hit. And the colder your core gets, the faster you fall into deep sleep phases 3 and 4, the exact zone where HGH production peaks. This is not a sleeping pill. It is a temperature tool. Second, magnesium bisglycinate, 200 to 400 milligrams. Magnesium is the relaxation mineral. It reduces the sensitivity of your adrenal glands, the glands that manufacture cortisol. Think of it as a silencer on the stress system. The adrenals can still fire, but the trigger is harder to pull. One note, bisglycinate, not oxide. Magnesium oxide is excellent at one thing, and that thing involves a bathroom, not a bedroom. Third, apigenin, 50 milligrams, or 1 cup of chamomile tea. Apigenin binds to the same receptors in your brain that anti-anxiety medications target. Mild, gentle, no dependency, no hangover. It does not knock you out. It whispers to the nervous system that the war is over. This stack is not sedation. It is supply. You are handing your body the raw materials its own shutdown system needs to work properly. That is step 5. Now the final step, the one that flips the last switch. Step 6, 30 minutes before sleep. Override the nervous system manually. You are in a dark room. You are cool. Your worries are on paper. The supplements are circulating, but your nervous system may still be idling in sympathetic mode, the fight or flight gear. It needs a direct mechanical signal to shift into parasympathetic, the repair gear. That signal is your breath. Sit on the edge of your bed. Inhale through your nose for 4 seconds. Hold for 2. Exhale through your mouth for 8. Slow, controlled. The exhale is everything. And the exhale is the brake pedal for the heart. 10 rounds, 2 to 3 minutes. That is all. Each long exhale changes the pressure inside your chest. That pressure shift stimulates the vagus nerve, the main cable that connects your brain to every organ below it. The vagus nerve receives the signal and sends one command downstream. Stand down. Heart rate drops. Digestion activates. Cortisol production halts. You are not just breathing. You are sending a shutdown signal through the entire operating system. 10 breaths between you and the night shift. The factory is dark. The day crew is gone. The locks are changed. And the night crew just walked through the door. 6 steps. 3 hours. Let me show you what you just built. Picture your evening as a slope. You start at the top. Lights on, mind full, cortisol running the floor. And step by step, you slide down. Each step tilts the ground a little steeper. Furnace off. Lights dimmed. Heat released. Thoughts externalized. Chemistry supported. Nervous system switched. By the time your head touches the pillow, you are not trying to fall asleep. You are already at the bottom of the slope. Sleep catches you. Most people do not build the slope. They stand at the edge of a cliff. Full stress, full screens, full stomachs. Then they jump and expect to land in deep sleep. The body cannot make that jump. It was never designed to. It needs the slope. It has always needed the slope. Now here is what happens on the other side of that slope. Inside your body, odds while you are unconscious. Cortisol is gone. The factory is dark and quiet. HGH clocks in during the 2nd hour of sleep. It walks into the fat vault, pulls visceral fat off the walls, the fat around your liver, your kidneys, your gut, drags it to the furnace. Oxidation begins, and it does not stop for 6 to 8 hours. While you dream, your body is running the most efficient fat-burning shift it has. Insulin stays low, glucagon is mobilized, tissues repair. Inflammation drops, and by the time your alarm goes off, you are lighter, leaner, sharper. Not because you tried harder, because you engineered the night. And here's what changes when you do this consistently. Each night compounds. Insulin sensitivity recovers. Cortisol baseline drops. HGH output increases. The factory gets more efficient with every shift. 1 week in, you sleep faster. 2 weeks in, you wake up different. A month in, you are not following a routine anymore. You are operating a system you understand. You are not on a diet. You are not grinding through a program. You are becoming someone who knows how the machine works and uses that knowledge every single night. And that version of you does not need willpower. That version runs on architecture. Your body does not want to hold on to visceral fat. It never did. It just needed you to stop flooding it with light and noise and fuel at the wrong hour. Give it the slope. Give it the darkness. Give it the silence. It will do the rest. But there is one factor that can undo this entire protocol in the first 45 minutes after you wake up. It is not food. It is not coffee. It is something almost no one is talking about. And it has everything to do with the first light that hits your eyes. That is the next video. Welcome to Slim Sensei, where simple science meets smarter fat loss.